Hey guys, what's going on? Zephyrnix here, and today we're going to take an in-depth look into the new Pokemon trailer that was announced today at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys already know I'm a big fan of Pokemon, and this one is going to be Pokemon Y and Pokemon X for the Nintendo 3DS. Now, they haven't announced anything for the Wii U yet. It's pretty common sense that they're going to do that. I mean, they've done it literally every year. So, you know, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon, I forget the other one, and Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Coliseum, and of course, the new Pokemon, was a Revolution that came out. So you can pretty much expect to get a new Pokemon game coming out. Now, what can we look forward to? I'm not sure yet in terms of the Wii U version, but we will drop a video talking about that with some other people here in the panel. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and take an in-depth look at this particular trailer, because I've seen a couple of things in this trailer that actually might surprise you. The trailer went kind of fast, so let's break it down and let's see what we can do. So, first of all, okay, the announcement 3DS here. Now, first of all, we got to bring love to the fact that the camera is now, and this looks like obviously a cutscene, but the camera can now be brought down to the part where it actually shows the full body of the character. Remember, the cameras used to only go at a top end side. You know, and it's funny too that these stuff starting to look like PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2 graphics too. I'm just saying, the handhelds and all that days. Graphics are just jumping these days. But anyway, yeah. So this is going to be a big seller, by the way, because I know for a fact that I am going to go ahead and purchase most likely Pokemon X as soon as it is released. So there you go. But so you got this going on right here, okay? So like I said before, it's definitely a Pokemon. This is most likely the guy. I'm thinking it's the guy, though, you know, with Japanese characters, you can never be sure. Wearing glasses a la Digimon. You know, I'm just saying it looks just like, you know, my Digimon guys used to wear goggles all the time. So that's one thing, too. Looking in the mirror. Now, right here, you see him actually walking down in the world right here. The world is actually, you know, more 3D than it originally was, which is also cool. And the camera angle is tilted back so you can get more immersed in the 3D world. You can see things like trailers on the left and right-hand side of the actual path right here, as well as bushes and the infamous grass that we all know and love or loathe, depending on if your Pokemon is ready for action, or if you're trying to just get back to a Pokemon Center in order to get healed before you, all your Pokemon die and you black or white out, depending on which game you play. Anyway, though, you also see a sign here. This is most likely the highway that you're traveling down. Of course, you see a town in the upper left-hand corner. At the bottom left-hand corner, you see a lake, which is actually pretty cool. The lake doesn't look animated in any way. Just take a peek at that. Okay, the lake looks a little animated, but that's about it. And then you got the mountains on the right-hand side. Now, you also have this little platformer thing right here where the guy is swinging here. Now, you also got this, let's go back here, this particular girl here who is running. Now, you guys already know that when it comes down to Pokemon games, you have a guy and a girl. I'm guessing that is the female equivalent of the Pokemon trainer. Of course, she's running through some plants right there, which, if you guys remember, in Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Silver, it was a big, I think it was Pokemon, yeah, Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Silver, I believe it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was a big thing with plants. With plants, you can go ahead and actually make some, go ahead and plant some seeds, right? And you would actually be able to go ahead and from these seeds, you would get items for your Pokemon that would make them stronger. And that was like a different level of the gameplay right there. That was one of the reasons, besides the night and day thing and other things, which made Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Silver one of the best Pokemon games out there. Literally, one of the most in-depth ones out there. But we're going to talk about that in another session here. So here we got another part of town here. Now you see the guy is actually, it looks like he was on skates, skating away from something that looks like the Eiffel Tower. You got some towns going left and right here, and you also have some people who actually are in the town here. One guy wearing a jacket and jeans and some Timberlands. So, okay, good. I know it's not Timberlands, but you get the idea. Right here, you got someone that look like they're walking away from some form of mansion. And a little lake down here. It's the female character, you know, so we've seen her again. And now we got something pretty new. We got the male character, as we think he is, actually walking towards some sort of facility right here, which is surrounded by mountains. Team Rocket? I don't know, but we'll find out. So that's the one thing. Now, of course, we got the new Pokemon that we have to talk about. The first Pokemon right here is Chespion. Now, Chespion, from already looking at it and, you know, pretty much knowing the original Pokemon formula and all that, this is definitely a leaf-type Pokemon. So this will be the new leaf-type Pokemon. If you look here, it looks like a Chickmunk type character here. So the evolutions are going to be interesting. evolutions are definitely going to be interesting here. So that's one thing right here. Now, here we're getting a first taste of the actual battle system. So in this particular one right here, actually shows a lot. So let me go ahead and show you something. First and foremost, facial expressions. For the first time, not only are you be able to see these Pokemon in 100% 3D, 3D graphics that is, and 100, well, and 3D, what's the name? It is on a Nintendo 3DS after all. And of course, you also seen them for the very first time with facial expressions. You know, well, not counting Pokemon Yellow. So if you look right there, he's actually smiling right here. And then you see him with the mad face right about to blast his attack. Now, I also want for you to go ahead and take a look at here. You'll see that he's surrounded with this circle thing. I'm guessing that the circle is pretty much going to be his animation circle. This is where the animation is pretty much going to go ahead and happen, and it's not going to happen anywhere else but that. You know, unless it's like one of those cutscene animations, which you'll see later on. So as you see at the bottom left-hand side here, you'll see that it shows 2 Pokemon balls right there. So the character has 2 Pokemon balls. If you look on the right-hand side, you'll see that the 3D is off. I just saw that. I thought I would just bring it up. But anyway, so yeah. So, and also you're seeing more characters also, not just him, but other characters having animations too, and facial expressions. The Magikarp, if you see right here, has a painful face here. Well, he already had a painful face, but he actually has, you know, he can look like he's in pain when he was attacked. So, like I said, it's actually pretty cool, right? Looks like Registeel, I think it is getting attacked right there. So there you go with that one. That was the, remember I told you before about the actual, what do you call it, the cinematic attacks? That's what I meant. We also have Fennekin. Now, Fennekin is going to be our fire type Pokemon. She looks like, well, Eevee. So, and then, of course, you got the facial expressions again, which is, once again, really cool. But then, I want you to notice how the fire, now this may be changed later on with the final product, but notice how the fire is not matching up to her face. This is pretty much what I was talking about before. If you guys remember how Pokemon Stadium was and things of that nature, pretty much it came to the part where the character would just do an animation, and even though he would do an animation, the attack, rather, would actually happen like almost like not coming out their mouth sometimes. You know, sometimes it would, depending on the size of the Pokemon. But you get the idea. So, you know, it's basically everything is separate is what I mean. Then you're also seeing some other Pokemon here. Now, here's a Pokemon attack that looks like it might be Hypnosis, or it might be something else. I'm not sure. And then last but not least, we got Froakie. Froakie is obviously a frog-looking Pokemon. So, there you go. And he might even be a de-evolved version of an older Pokemon that we already know. I'm just saying it kind of looks like it. So, it might be, it might not be, We'll have to find out. So, with this one, it's obviously going to be the water type. You also see him right now doing water gun. So, that's one thing. And then, look, I love this. I love it when I'm wrong. I'm wrong here. Remember I told you how the animations are only going to be happening in this area? It looks like I might be wrong. Here you see the actual character doing kind of a, looks like a quick attack maybe, or something. And where he's running around the character, also seeing the facial expressions again. So, like I said, I could have been wrong. I could be wrong. Now, here's an interesting point right here. Now we're seeing the lead character that we saw before actually being followed by another character. Now, what could this mean? Maybe it could be a hint at multiplayer. That could be it. Or maybe it's just the fact that he's on a quest right now where he's grouped up with another character. We don't know. I'm hoping multiplayer, but we'll have to find out. Right now, you're seeing things right here. That's an animation of when you go ahead and start a battle, it looks like. So we're going to take a look at that again. Let's see if I can do it slowly. So it looks like when you start a battle, that's what it looks like. And then right there, the grass separates. And right there, it tells you a wild Pikachu has appeared, which already lets you know that in the new games, you will be able to catch Pikachu. So there you go. And then, of course, you got other characters here that are actually making an appearance, such as Psyduck. Let's see who those guys are right there. It looks like Jigglytuff. I know who this guy is. Can't remember his name right now. I don't know what that is. But, yeah. Like I said, I have, and here's there's some other things right there. And another attack with a Draconite. If you guys know, I follow the original 151 Pokemon. And some of the gold and silver ones. But after that, yeah. So here are the 2 legendary Pokemons that we have not heard of yet. And so that's pretty much it for the breakdown. So I hope you guys did enjoy the breakdown. It lasted a little longer than I thought it was going to, but nonetheless, we did get a lot of information through. So you guys already know that it looks like we're going to have, we could possibly have a more of a deeper multiplayer feature in here, but we know for sure that we're going to go ahead and get some good quests going on here, especially with quests more than just one person. So that's already awesome in itself. We haven't seen anything that resembles tag team battles like we know in some of the older games, but nonetheless, we still got to keep our eyes open for more information based on that. We also haven't seen. We also saw some battle animation. We know that the battle animations will happen both the front way, like we saw, where like they'll just go ahead and do like range attacks. And we know that the Pokemon will get up and close and personal, bent on which attacks that you go ahead and choose. So either way, it looks like it's going to be one hell of a ride. So don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Definitely for all your Nintendo news. Like I said, this one is going to be great. So I guess the question of the day is that if you decide that you want to go ahead and pick up Pokemon X or Pokemon Y, which one are you going to choose? Myself, I'm thinking about Pokemon X. I mean, hey, I like the name Pokemon X. It just kind of sounds cool. You guys have a good night. Zeph out.